Good day everyone, we are the group 4 and today we're gonna be tackling the lesson 9, TC Philosophy and TC Unwritten Philosophies. Ano nga ba ang TC Philosophies? The TC Philosophy is recited every morning to remind residents of the values and goals of the therapeutic community. It gives hope to people who feel lost, rejected, or limited because of their past mistakes. It also teaches the importance of fellowship and unity. Residents learn that recovery and personal growth become easier when they help, support, and guide one another. So, TC Philosophy serves as a guiding principle to the community during their difficult times. Therefore, because all members follow the same belief and goals, it creates trust, understanding, and strong relationship inside the community. Number 1. Surrender. I am here because there is no refuge, finally, from myself. I am where I am right now because I admit that something went wrong with my life that I have no control over. I admit that I need the help of a higher power and of others to bring positive change in my life. Why is it the first step in recovery? Well, it is the first step in recovery because healing only comes when you allow yourself to face reality. Healing comes when you admit that you are hurt, and when you accept that your action may have caused you pain or difficulties in life. It's about being true and honest to ourselves. So, instead of blaming others, the person learns to face reality and takes responsibility for their actions. And by surrendering, a resident begins to let go of pride and negative behaviors. This helps them to start a new journey toward healing, self-discipline, and becoming a better person.
Number 2. Self-disclosure. Until I confront myself in the eyes and hearts of others, I am running. Until I suffer them to share my secrets, I have no safety from them. Afraid to be known, I can neither know myself or any other. I will be alone. It means that the self-disclosure means being honest and open about our thoughts, feelings, mistakes, and problems. Instead of hiding our struggles, we share them with trusted people so they can understand and help us through self-disclosure. We learn more about ourselves, gain support from others, and reduce feelings of loneliness. It is an important part of personal growth and recovery because healing begins when we acknowledge our problem and ask for help. And the next one is the reflection. Where else but in our common grounds can I find such a mirror? This means that reflection is the process of looking back on our experiences, thoughts, and actions to gain understanding and learn from them. In a therapeutic community, people with similar experiences help each other by sharing insights and providing feedback. This creates a safe environment where individuals can recognize their strengths, weaknesses, and areas for improvement. Reflection encourages self-awareness and personal change.
First, self-realization. Here together, I can appear clearly to myself, not as the giant of my dreams or the dwarf of my fears, but as a person, part of the whole with my share. It is purpose. When I started to understand myself better, I began to realize how all my negative behavior came to be. It is easier to deal with something when we understand its root. I will learn not to look at myself as too big or too small to handle all my worries. I will learn that I will deal with them as a person among others who are united together to help each other by relating our similar attitudes and behaviors. So, growth is the positive change a person goes through in a safe environment where they learn from mistakes and build better habits. Self-worth is valuing myself, gaining confidence and believing in one's ability to overcome challenges and help others. Lastly, self-worth. Not alone anymore as in death, but alive to myself and to others.
I began to believe in my ability to overcome all my changes and give out all my best for myself and others. I also believe in my ability to be of help to others who are in a similar situation. Self-worth is valuing myself, gaining confidence and believing in one's ability to overcome challenges and help others.
TC Unwritten Philosophies. The unwritten philosophy of TC consists of slogans or aphorisms that are verbally given to the residents to impart the beliefs and values of TC in relation to their day-by-day living. These sayings are used to remind the residents as to what is considered important to them. The TC Unwritten Philosophies are guiding principles in the therapeutic community that help residents develop honesty, discipline, responsibility, and self-awareness. These philosophies are learned through daily practice and interaction, helping residents improve their behavior and support their recovery and personal growth. Number 1. Honesty. A lot of residents continue to live in lies without the fear of their consequences. This virtue points out the importance of truth and its relevance to recovery. This philosophy teaches the importance of telling the truth and being open about mistakes. Many residents are used to hiding their actions because of fear of consequences, but recovery starts with honesty. In TC, honesty helps residents build trust, accept responsibility, and become more sincere in their daily lives. It reminds them that truth is important for personal growth and recovery. Number 2, responsible to love and concern. The residents will learn how to give and accept criticism without resentment. Bonded by trust and confidence, the residents know that mistakes need to be correct if the aim is to bring the other towards behavioral change. This philosophy means that residents should learn how to give and accept criticism with respect and understanding. Hindi ito para mag-down ng tao but to help each other improve. Through trust and concern, residents correct mistake without resentment. The main goal is to guide one another towards positive behavioral change and stronger relationships inside the community. Number 3, to be aware is to be alive. Residents learn to be conscious of what is going on in the environment. In TC, minor attitudes are engrossed to prevent major attitudinal problems from arising. This philosophy emphasizes self-awareness and being conscious of what is happening around the environment. Residents learn to observe their attitudes, actions, and behaviors so they can avoid negative habits or problems before they become serious. In TC, awareness helps a person become more responsible, disciplined, and active in making positive changes in life.
Number 4, trust in your environment. There will be no change if there is no honesty and disclosure. Before doing so, trust must be established. One should believe that the problem can help him. In doing so, he will learn to accept the program and use its tools to evoke changes in himself. This means we should learn to trust the people and environment around us, especially when there is honesty and openness. Trust is important because it helps people work together, solve problems, and improve themselves. If we do not trust others, it becomes hard to cooperate and grow. In life, accepting guidance and support from people around us can help us become better. Number 5. Be careful what you ask for. You might just get it. Man by nature is ambitious. We never get contented with what we have. We want more. Even if having so would lead us to commit mistakes, we should learn to appreciate what we have and use it to better ourselves. This means we should think carefully about our goals and decisions because once we achieve what we want, it may come with responsibilities or consequences. People naturally want more in life, but we should also appreciate what we already have and use our experiences, including mistakes, to grow. Number 6. No free lunch. In reality, nothing really comes easy. If we aim for something, we have to work for it. There is no pride in getting something that easy way. It is hard to let go of something that has been labored for. Change will not come if we just wait for it to happen. We have to make it happen. This means nothing in life comes easily. If we want success, we must work hard for it. Achievements require sacrifice, patience, and effort. We cannot simply wait for opportunities to come. We need to take action and earn what we want. Number 7. You can't keep it unless you give it away. Knowledge or learning is better appreciated if shared with others. Something becomes valuable if used to help others make positive changes in their lives. Helping others help us in the process as we start to feel good about ourselves. This means knowledge, kindness, or good things become more valuable when shared with others. Helping people not only benefits them but also help us grow as individuals. When we share what we know, we strengthen relationships and create positive change.
Number 8. What goes around comes around. Whatever you do unto others will be done unto you, and any good deed will be rewarded, while evil deeds will be punished in the end. This means that the things we do to other people will eventually come back to us. If we treat others with kindness, respect, and honesty, we are more likely to receive the same treatment in return. On the other hand, if we do bad things or hurt others, there may also be negative consequences in the future. This teaches us to always choose good action because our behavior affects not only others but also our own lives. Number 9. Act as if. Learning and accepting the TC program is not easy, but going with the flow as a way of compliance help residents embrace it until the behavior becomes natural. This means that even if something is difficult or unfamiliar at first, we should still try to follow and practice it until it becomes natural. In the context of TC program, residents may struggle at the beginning, but by cooperating and going with the process, they slowly develop positive habits and attitudes. It teaches the importance of discipline, patience, and willingness to adapt for personal improvement. Number 10. Understand rather than be understood. We should take the first step to understand others with humility and patience instead of being selfish, so there will be fewer conflicts in relationships. This reminds us to listen and understand other people first before expecting them to understand us. By showing patience, humility, and empathy, the relationships because I become more peaceful and conflicts can be avoided. Instead of being selfish or focusing on our own feelings, we should learn to consider the emotion and experience of others. And lastly is personal growth before visited status. We should cultivate our personal abilities first and focus on personal growth before becoming too wrapped up in status or position in life. So dito naman, that self-improvement and personal development are more important than fame, titles, or social status. A person should first focus on building good character, skills, and values before seeking recognition or high position in life. True success comes from becoming a better person, not just from having power or status.
My name is Norman Pereras. Now let's proceed. Number 12. Compensation is valid. Compensation is valid. This principle means that effort, dedication, and hard work naturally lead to the rewards or results. The outcome you get is directly related to the effort, time, and energy you invest. You reap what you sow. It teaches that hard work is never wasted and you truly deserve what you earn through your own labor. For example, a student studies consistently every day, submit all assignments on time, and actively participates in class. Because of this dedication, they get high grades, academic awards, and gain deep knowledge that helps them in future studies. Their success is the direct compensation for their hard work. Number 13, forgiveness. Forgiveness is choosing to accept that hurtful event has happened, letting go of resentment, anger, and pain, and moving forward. Holding on to hurt only keeps you stuck. It slows your growth and affects your emotional well-being. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from the weight of the past, which brings inner peace and lets you keep progressing in life. For example, two friends had a misunderstanding and one said full hurt pull. Things that cause pain. Instead of staying angry or seeking revenge, the hurt person chooses to forgive. They talking things out, let go of the bitterness, and rebuild their friendship. By doing this, they no longer carry the heavy feeling of anger, and both can continue growing and moving forward together. Next, number 14, humility. Humility is the virtue of being modest, not thinking you are better than others, and being willing to admit your mistakes, weaknesses, or limitations. Pride often blinds us. It stops us from seeing where we need to improve. When you are humble, you see yourself clearly, accept your areas for growth, and become motivated to become a better person. It also helps you learn from others and build good relationship. For example, an employee is very skilled at their job, but realizes they struggle with public speaking. Instead of pretending they are good at everything or refusing help because of pride, they humbly admit this weakness, ask for guidance from colleges, and take training sessions. Over time, they improve these skills and become even more effective at work, all because they were humble enough to recognize their limitation. And lastly, number 15, you alone can do it, but you can do it alone. Some goals or responsibilities are uniquely yours. Only you can take the leader or make it happen. However, no one is perfect or capable of doing everything alone. Thinking you can handle everything by yourself because you feel capable or irrepressible leads to too much burden, stress, and mistakes. Recognizing your limits and asking for help or working with others lightens the load and helps you succeed better and faster. For example, a team leader is responsible for finishing a big project. It is their duty and only they can lead is to success. But instead of trying to do all the planning, research, and execution alone, they assign tasks to team members, ask for advice, and rely on their skills. By leading the project but accepting help and support, they finish it successfully without burning out, and the results in even better because of combined effort.
Pride in quality. Time piles so fast that we didn't end to hurry in everything we lose our focus and do things just for the sake of completion. We should always seek quality in our work. The product of our labor speak of our attitude toward life in general. Sa ano naman, sa pride in quality naman, for example, student carefully checks and edits his project before submitting it to make sure it is neat and correct. Number 17. Feelings. Don't think. We usually react to things around us because of our feelings before we can even think, and action has already been done. Everything starts in the mind. If we think before we act, chance are we will have with contempt as we have analyzed the process before the action. Sa feeling dance naman, a person becomes angry during an agreement but choose to calm down first before speaking to avoid hurting others. Number 18. Gay skills. One of the underlying reason for depression is guilt. It is a feeling of shame and self-blame. If guilt remains unresolved, it can't be turned inwards, thus resulting in self-inflicted harm. For example, a man keeps blaming himself for a mistake he made and becomes depressed because the never forgives himself. Sa last part naman, number 19, hangta. Sometimes we feel that there is no end to our misery, and we feel helpless and hopeless. No matter how then life seems to be, there is always hope. In every problem is a solution. Every problem is a learning experience that would make us in dealing with life change. Sa last part naman, student fails an exam but continues studying hard and does not give up because he believes he can still improve. Thank you po.
You are your brother keeper, and TCH1 is responsible for the other members of the community. The pillar of one is the pillar of all. You are your brother keeper. This principle means every member is responsible for the other members of the community. If one person feels it affects everyone, it creates shared responsibility and mutual care. The success of the program depends on how well members look out for each other. Example, in a rehab facility, if one resident is struggling and thinking of leaving other residents, check on them, talk to them, and encourage them to stay. If no one notices of care, the residents might relapse, which affects the whole group's moral and progress. Number 2, theme concept of the day. It refers to a word of or saying that will serve as a guide for the community to ponder upon and relation to their day-to-day interaction and behaviors. This is a word phrase or saying chosen to guide to community behavior for the day. It's discussed in the morning meeting to make it relevant to daily life. The goal is to help residents reflect on it and change their behavior in a positive way. This concept often comes from the group's unwritten philosophies. Example, concept of the day, honesty during the morning meeting. A resident shares how lying about skipping course is complex. The group discusses how practicing honesty can rebuild trust. For the rest of the day, members try to be more open and truthful in their interaction. Number 3, meditation, discovering your inner sanctuary. The visualization meditation is used to help an individual establish practices of moving his attention within, finding his place of relaxation and peace by contacting his inner wisdom. This meditation, discovering your inner sanctuary, this is a visualization meditation to help individual relax and connect with their inner wisdom. It's a personal practice where each person focuses inward to find a place of calm and peace. Experience, like where some may say image, other may not. The key is to do it the easiest, most natural way to relax and enjoy the process. Example, a resident sits quietly and closes their eyes. They imagine a quiet beach where they feel safe and calm. For 10 minutes, they focus on the sounds of waves and their breathing. Afterward, they feel less anxious and more clear-headed, ready to participate in group activities.